Many groups stage protests and rallies in Newark. Until recently, permits were required only if the activity forced a street or sidewalk to be closed. But a new ordinance now requires any group of 15 or more to get a permit. And many of these groups and individuals will have to pay 20% of the costs incurred by the city for services such as police.
It does not exempt a lot of free speech activities from the charges they assess, such as percentage of the cost of police or other city services. So what that means is that if someone doesn't have the money to pay, then they won't have free speech, and free speech should be free.
It's an abrogation of our freedom of speech rights, and it really is, I think, a slap in the face to anyone that wants to exercise their freedom of speech and freedom of assembly rights.
Another concern, critics say permit deadlines could make it difficult for spontaneous free speech activities, including vigils.
Everyone probably in the viewing audience knows about Sean Bell, knows about Amadou Diallo, and I think most people would agree that those were horrendous incidents. When an incident like that occurs, people want to respond quickly. And, you know, if you have to, suppose it happens on the weekend and you can't get downtown to City Hall to take out a permit, so that means, does that stop you from having your activity?
Critics admit the intent of the ordinance may have been to assess costs for events like the Portuguese Day Festival. Despite this, the ACLU says some provisions of it are unconstitutional. It sent a letter to the city asking the ordinance to be rescinded or revised or face litigation. The ACLU just resolved a 4-year legal battle with Newark over a policy that required organizations to buy $1 million insurance policies to engage in free speech activities. The city didn't respond in time for this story, but it defended the ordinance in a letter it sent to the ACLU recently. Attorneys for both sides are scheduled to meet next week. Desiree Taylor, NJN News, Newark.